Hello everyone, and welcome to Formula V Season 6 Division 1. I think it's round 10 now that we are on, but we are here in the Netherlands and we are hoping to have a good race today as we head for round 10. Your standings after round 9, Troy leading with 185 points, De Fraser on 126, and then Victor 6 points back on 120. Troy is also not here today, so Fraser and Victor may be able to get some big points and close up to the top, as Haas leading the way in the Constructors' Championship with 273 points to Alpine on 239, and then McLaren on 210, with Alfa Romeo a further 32 behind on 178. Adam, no problem. I was able to in the end, so I took the chance. But we're going to head in towards short qualifying. We've got some of the drivers having their home race today as well. You've got the likes of the AlphaTauri pairing of sorry about that. You've got the AlphaTauri pairing of Ids and Niels. But now we're into qualifying, but as I hopefully get it loaded properly, hopefully this does not crash at all. Get your track stats up. So for Zandvoort, Netherlands, you've got 4.259 kilometers and 36 laps total here today. You've got 14 corners. You've got 4 to the left and 10 to the right. So you would think there was more left corners, but there isn't. Clockwise circuit. Lap record still held by Lewis Hamilton, set in 2021 with an 11.097. Expecting some of the drivers to beat that today, as you've got C3 through to C1 tyre compliance, and then your pit loss is 18 seconds due to that 37 mile an hour pit lane, or 50 kilometers an hour. As the first one out would be, I think, the home man himself of Niels. He's going to be the first one to set a lap, as long as he doesn't invalidate, obviously. But we'll go on board for him for his first lap. Now heading round the bank corner and on to the main straight in towards turn 1. You remember these are mostly banked braking, and he's on towards 5th gear and already bringing it up to 6th through turn 2, 3 and in towards the end of sector 1. Can he keep the power down? Hopefully not get invalidated. And not through in towards turn 8. The right hander lifting off slightly and in towards turn 9. You need to brake down to 4th gear, back on the throttle up to 5th, and then dropping it back down to 4th for turn 10 and on towards the back straight now with the DRS open on the run towards turn 11. Can he get his braking zone right? He has, hitting the curb and then jumping around, not hitting the curb on the inside of turn 12, but around turn 13 and 14, hitting the curb in the end, but winding the curbs on the right hand side, staying all the way over to the right. Quickest run to the line is going to be a 11.154 for the first lap, and then Josh sitting at 11.323, and then they're going 3 thousandths quicker than his teammate is Ids, and then beaten again by Rio. Then it's going to be an Aston Martin of Nova setting at 11.5. Then you've got the Ferrari pairing. You've actually got Verify in there as well, setting 11.2. You've got Morris also setting an 11.2, and then you've got the Red Bull with a 13.8 from Sandstorm. And I'm pretty sure that was just a monster who's moved to Williams now after getting sacked from Mercedes. But you've also got, well, the man back himself after competing in the first couple of rounds of Season 5. You've got Forzan in a Mercedes after getting the promotion from Division 2. I think that's Sandstorm spun wide. Hopefully he doesn't get beached though on his laps as J-Hot goes P2. His pink guy also goes P4, 10.9 and a 10.8 set by the pair of them. And then you've got the runners coming back round for their in-laps. Who else is actually on a lap? I'm trying to make sure I get most of them. Cheese is not on one, that would be too slow for him, as Final Flame and Jacobo, they're on their out laps. Fraser's still in the pit lane, as well as Dylan, who has made his return back to Formula V in the Williams, starting as a reserve. If I'm right, they do not have a second driver yet. It had been Firk, but then he was dropped down to Division 2 as he was not able to handle the pressure. But then Final Flame and Jackal were starting their laps, heading through Sector 1, winding Turn 3 and in towards Turn 4, 5 and 6. You've got that little S section in towards 7. Is he going to just lift off a brake? He lifts off arm brakes a tiny bit, dropping it back down to 5th, up to 6th, holding it in 5th. And heading towards Turn 10 now, keeping his foot on the throttle, up to 4th gear, DRS open and down the straight. Now we've just got the ping for the stream, thankfully. Now in towards Turn 10, sorry, Turn 11 and Turn 12. Can he get his foot back on the throttle, dropping it down to 5th gear and in towards the line, up to 7th, up to 8th, and across the line with DRS open. It's going to be a 12.1, so not a great lap set by Jacob at the moment, as Final Flame goes P7 with an 11.1. These times are getting closer and closer together, as we see in Final Cheese going P16 with a 12.5. And then the real question is who else is back out on laps. It looks like Fraser Fishy has finally come out of the pit lane for his lap, as the AlphaTauri's are back out for their second laps already. You need to remember, it's a shorter circuit. You can get round in about 1 minute 20 for your out laps. You want to be heading out at the latest around 1:40. But Neil's starting his second lap. Hello, Ocean. In fact, what do you mean by that? Get my facts right. Couldn't handle the pressure? As you see as well, Neil's letting Forzan through for his lap. He's 63,000, is already up in the first sector through Turn 7, back on the power towards Turn 8 and 9, keeping his foot on the throttle, up to 3rd, up to 5th, well, up to 4th, then 5th, dropping it back down to 4th though, and now heading down the straight with DRS open towards the end of Sector 2. Can he improve? He's only 14,000 up still, but he is still up on his time. He's looking for about a 780 at the moment if he can get this lap right. Now rounding the final corner, and up towards the line. Can he improve on his time? It's going to be a 10.679, 1.1, sorry, cannot speak, 1.21 tenths improvement for that lap, as I think that would be Neil's starting another lap, Rio starting a lap. I think that's going to be Fraser's first lap he did, as he doesn't get into even the top 17. He's last at the moment with a 24.7. We made a deal because the driver who really should have driven could have scored. So, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. As is running off his lap, I don't think he had a good one this time around. Jay has 64 thousandths up in the second sector and winding towards the line. What can he get this time around? 60 thousandths improvement, but he doesn't take P1. I think Arrows just improved there as well. It was 3.5 tenths up. Verify. What can he do? That is actually an outlap. I think it is. Josh also winding off his outlap. Pink guy is an outlap, but who's just spun? That is Neil's out. But why is that? What has happened there? He seems to be hit by Fraser actually, so they've made contact. And that's not going to be helping either of them. So Niels is starting a maximum P6, as Fraser is not going to be able to start higher than 18th, as Morris goes P5, so Niels can't even start P6 anymore. That was, I don't remember what that improvement was actually, didn't get to see it for long enough. I think that might have been Ids just crossing the line, but he should be on an in lap this time around. It's gonna be J-Hawes. I think he's also on an in lap, which he is. And then you've got Verify running it off 7 thousandths up in the second sector across the line now with DRS open. It's gonna stay P10 because he did not improve at all. 55 thousandths total as Josh goes P7 and Pink Guy takes provisional pole off Forzan. It's a 6.67, 12 thousandths up on the Merc at the moment. And then you've got the monster into the pit lane, and then I think it may actually be Forzan coming in as well. And then you've got Jacobo winding it off. This time around, DRS open up to the line. What can he set? It's going to be a 2.5 tenths improvement, and he stays P15 with that lap. As I think that might have been just Infernal Cheese starting a lap, and then you've got Nova, who was on an outlap, I think, as we don't have Jamie or Tib today, meaning you only got one Aston Martin racing for the pair of them. As that would be Dylan now to come across the line, set his first lap. It's going to be a 45.3, so that's not going to be his best lap overall. I think everyone is going to start to come into the pits now, as it looks like Final Flame is on an in lap. And then you've got, he actually might be starting another lap now, I'm not too sure. And then you've got Rio, looks like he is on a lap. We'll stay on board through turn 6. No, sorry, this is turn 7 in towards turn 8. He was 61 thousandths up there, and now heading through turn 8, dropping it to 5th, and now dropping it back down to 3rd for turn 9 in towards turn 10, bringing it up all the way to 6th for dropping it back down to 3rd, keeping his foot on the throttle, DRS open, all the way up to 6th, up to 7th, heading in towards turn 11. Can he get his braking point right, hitting the curb on both sides? Don't really want to hit the curb on the inside turn 12 because you can get spun out absolute beast now through turn 13. He has got a Williams in his way. I think that may be the monster. No, it can't be the monster. It has to be Dylan at the moment. But Leo is actually going to pull into the pit lane as Dylan goes P17 without that, meaning Fraser Fisher is starting dead last in this race with a 24-7. Wasn't able to improve due to where Niels was, as she's now winding off this lap. Doesn't seem like he's coming into the pit lane yet, but he actually is in. Samsung continues out lap as Nova is no longer on a lap. He's invalidated that one. And then you've got Dylan also invalidated, not realising that it was medium traction control and not full. I don't know if he's realised, but that is Sandstorm getting disqualified from the session. It's like, whoops. Up to the line, Forzan taking back provisional pole, 275 improvement on that, with a 10.404 now. The real question is, can anyone beat him? Who else is on a lap? Jihaz is starting his third one, I think. This may actually be his second, but we're down to the final 2 minutes of qualifying. Who is taking pole position here? Jihaz starting his lap. Who else is actually on a lap? I want to make sure that Jacobo is not on one. He's not, so we'll stay with Jihaz this time around, going through turn 4 and down towards turn 5. I don't think Forzan's on a lap anymore. He's not, so we'll stay on board with Jihaz. 46 thousandths up in the first sector, now heading for turn 8 and 9. Can he stay up on his delta? It looks like he is at the moment, but heading through turn 10, dropping it back in the third, but up to 4th, 5th, 6th, with DRS open already. 7th, there is a Williams in front of him at the moment, hoping he gets out the way. I'm pretty sure he was 2.5 tenths up there, which he was. Now heading in towards turn 13. Can he improve anymore on this lap? Final turn to navigate through now and heading towards the line. He's going to be on for a 0.6 if he can nail this lap. It's going to be a 0.4. He's 3.5 tenth improvement, but he cannot take provisional pole. Only he is 88 thousandths down currently on Forzan's time, as everyone else is finishing off their laps. Jacobo finishing off, but he's given a toe to Josh down the main straight, and now everyone else is going to wind off their laps here. Starting them as well would be Nova and Pink Guy, and then you've got Arrows also starting his, making sure the Monster and Dylan are actually on laps at least. I think Oliver is on a lap going through sector 2 now. He is on one, almost 3 tenths up, but I want to make sure Eds is not on one. But he actually is 79 thousandths down. Can he improve in the final sector? On the run to the line, it is the final seconds. He goes P5, 18,000 improvement, but we need to jump back on board with Oliver quickly. He goes P5, taking it off Eds. Who else can improve on that laps? Verify did not improve on that lap. The Monster, he goes P5, taking it back off and then Rio up to the line. It's going to stay P4 as J-Hos pulls into the pit lane. Where can Morris go? 2.5 tenths up through the second sector. He goes P4. I think that may be Josh spun round over. He's staying in P9 as Jacobo pulls into the pit lane. Nova, I think, is on his lap now as Pink Guy is on the run to the line, but he's time. So that's his qualifying over as well as Dylan. It can improve by 1.5 tenths, but he can't improve his position. So Cheese, his qualifying's over. Is ours? Yes, it is. He cannot improve anymore, and I'm pretty sure that Final Flames is as well, and that's Forzan can improve on his lap time. No, he can't. So that is now your qualifying over. Just making sure that the Final Flame is not a lap. He's not. He has no front wing. So with your qualifying over, it is Forzan on pole position, and then you've got the two Haas right behind him.
See this guy? It's big enough for my hand.
But you just need to wait for Final Flames car to be put back into the garage, and then we can get into the results screen. Kenzie, I recognise your name. I definitely recognise your name, mate. Yeah. You're in IoT, Kenzie, I'm pretty sure. Hang on. But as I try to work mine out, it is Forzan pole position, then J-Hos and Pink Guy running out the top three. And you've got Morris, Rio, the Monster, Oliver, Ed, Josh, and Niels running out your top 10. Then the rest of your grid is Final Flame, Verify, Arrows, Cheese, Nova, Jacobo, Dylan, and then Fraser Fishy and Sandstorm. As we're now going to get into the race. The real question is, do we have a dry race or do we have a wet one? Because the weather... So we have got a dry race and they've got 30 seconds to pick their final setups, final strategies, and then we're going to get going again for the racing. 10 more seconds to go and then we can get into it. As a formation lap has been set on, we get to see what tyres everyone is on here, as we see everyone all the way down to P17 on the mediums, and then you've got Fraser on the hards, and then you've got Sandstorm on the softs. If anyone asks how you Kenzie and I know each other, you don't need to know. So as we see everyone getting lined, the final couple out of the laps. I'm just going to say this now, Kenzie. Most of them won assists. As Dylan and Final Flame have gotten themselves disqualified. It looks like someone else is disqualified, but I can't tell who. It does seem to be Cheese. I think that may have just been a slight glitch myself. As everyone's wanting to get their tyres up to temperature. Audience spins out there. Some of them might be getting disqualified if they do it too much. Who else is getting disqualified this time around? As we see, I think that is Neil's just getting into his grid slot. I was getting disqualified as well. He wasn't all the way in to his slot, and I think we may have a game bug again. Same as last week. I think Infinite Cheese may have disconnected. Hopefully we don't have a restart. Infinite Cheese is now gone from the session. Are we going to get underway yet? I don't think we are. Looks like everyone's in their slots. I'm just going to quickly grab a photo of the grid in case we do have a restart. Hopefully we don't. As I don't know what's just happened.
Yeah.
I think everyone's just gone.
Yeah.
As we were actually gone, and those 5 red lights are out. Are we actually in AI mode or not? I can't tell right now, but it looks like we are gone already. But as I couldn't get to say my line, it was pedal to the metal, and we are racing here in Zandvoort. Go, go, go. Who is in front? I think it is Forzan still at the moment. Can I tell if everyone's in? No, I cannot, as there is some carnage down at the back. It looks like Josh has spun round and may have lost part of his M plate, or he may even have a puncture. I can't even tell. But Fraser also losing his front wing out in this field, so they're going to have to make a stop, and then Final Flame being overtaken by Jacobo going through turn 7. What has happened to him? I think he may have been hit by someone, as the virtual safety car has just completely whacked into the back of him, as Final Flame also getting a 5-second time penalty, so for a severe restart at all. As the virtual safety car has been called out, which has turned into a full safety car. I would like to get word from Jacobo. If this is going to restart or not, as I think that would have been someone pulling off from the pit lane. It is, actually. It is Dylan, Jacobo, final flame. I think it's everyone except from Josh down at the back of the field. But then they're going to all bunch up to the safety car now. And then maybe we'll see if it's a restart or not. Can't exactly tell. So I think unless we can get footage, we are not going to restart, at least for now. But that doesn't mean... So we have been given a clip, I think, but we are just waiting to see what the admin say. Also depending on the grid that are going to be used, if it's going to be this one or if it's going to be the starting one. But the safety car is coming in the stop. What has happened to Sandstone back there? He has dropped positions. As we've been told by Verify that we are going to continue, so we're just going to have to wait and see. As when is Forzan going to go? Verify's dropped all the way to the back of the field, but the question is, when is Forzan going now? We've got 33 more laps to go and we are already gone. No, he is all the way down the straight already. Is anyone getting a better restart? It looks like Oliver's got a good one against the monster down the outside. Can he hold on to it? Cannot speak properly tonight. As Rio is making up positions, someone spun in the background. It is Josh. He is down into P16. I think Arrows and Nova going side by side through the back corner as Nova is spun round completely, and that is going to be Arrows out of the session now. Is that going to be calling for a safety car? I don't know if it is, but Nova has no damage. At least visually, there is no damage on that car, but I think everyone else is okay. Fraser is trying to get past Jacobo in towards turn 8. He can't do it. Sorry, that's turn 9. He can't do it, but he's trying around the outside still. Sandstorm has crashed. That is at turn 3. And he's going down the inside. Someone's spun round. It's Rio. And he's coming back on track, hoping that no one else hits him. But heading down towards turn 11 now. Can he send it around the outside? He's gone for it. He's taking the inside line for turn 12. Got a great camera angle of that, as that would have been Dylan getting back on the power too early, and dropping it back as there's a little bit of contact between Fraser and Morris, and he is now round all the way down to last place at the moment, as now heading in a straight. Final Flame is trying to make a move on Morris, who's also trying to make a move on Jacobo, but he can't do it yet, as Inferno Cheese has that session because he is already out of this race. And it's heading in towards the right corner, as some people call it. Look at Verify, he's trying to make up more positions after losing some on the restart, but look at Rio, went side by side in towards turn 7, making a move around the outside, as Morris is trying to make the move down the inside of turn 7, not be able to make it work out though. Heading in towards turn 9 now, DRS going to be enabled the next lap, and then we can have some closer racing as long as we've got people within the DRS zones. As that is Josh making a move on Final Flame now for P12, that final points paying position. As long as you finish that, as Sandstorm has left the session after retiring at turn 2 and 3 for Zandstorm, passes up at 13.7. And now heading down the main straight, that is Dylan pulling off into the pit lane. Is anyone able to make a move now? Look at Rio though on the outside of Tarzan. Can he make this move stick? He's got it done already, and he is up into P8 now. He's going to be on the back of Jacobo pretty soon. The real question is, when is he going to get it done? But they've got a almost 5 second gap to break then to the two AlphaTauri boys and then the rest of the field, as Vito is still trying to make some more moves, get up those points paying positions, but he isn't close enough just about yet. Going in towards turn 9 and towards, actually that is turn 9 now, as that is Nova spun round and into the barrier, maybe coming on track, a little bit unsafe there, but hopefully he doesn't make any wrong moves, as Verify and Morris going side by side. Looks like Morris is just letting him through. There's Vito standing on the inside, he doesn't, but he is just trying to pick that perfect opportunity to make an overtake, which would be down towards Tarzan if he can make it work. Now heading around the bank corner, it looks like he has got the run on. It's 2.5 tenths down towards 2, now 1.5. Closing, pulling out to the left hand side, going round the outside again. Can he make this move stick? Looks like he's been able to make some moves here before, and he is going for it. Still side by side in towards 2 and 3, but he has got the position done, even though there was a little bit of contact, but it's not too much, hopefully, and also giving him no damage. As you see as well, he is on the back of Oliver heading in towards turn 9. Can he maybe try and make up some more moves in this race? He's already up from, I think, P10 that would be. Yes, it was. From P10 all the way up to P5 now, as Verify and Jacobo, actually sorry, that's Verify getting past Jacobo in towards turn 9. Maybe a mistake on the exit of turn 8 for him, as I think there was also a issue there. Who's are we talking about, Judd? But not heading down the main straight. Is he going to be close enough to make any moves? Doesn't look like anyone is yet. I'm going to keep the tyres up for now, as everyone is on the medium, so we'll just turn it off for now. A little bit distracting as well. Heading through turn 2 and 3. He's not going to be close enough to make any moves yet, but out in front is a 1.5 gap already. But look, that is a retirement on track actually from Josh, I think. Or has he crashed? I am not too sure. What just happened there? Oh, we were calling a restart actually. Okay. Apparently it is desync. So restart is being called. I may need to quit. I won't do it yet, but I may have to restart the stream. That is Phase officially taking out Jacobo. But I'm hoping that Jacobo doesn't go crazy mad in Div 1 shot and does realise what the situation is in this race. Somehow Nova's got a 5-second time penalty from that, I'm not too sure. Even though the full safety car has been called out, it's not going to matter as we are restarting due to desync. We have called it. Somehow Verify has gotten himself 2 drive-throughs somehow. Never seen that before, but hey, it will be fine soon. I just want the confirmation from the admins if I am to restart the stream or not. Kenzie, do you wish you didn't realise? Fozan signed with CPI and Pink Guy, I'm pretty sure, is still running assist, and I think he is also signed. So, your job here is not working out. Oh yeah, lobby reset. Apparently desync, I don't know. As a war move by Dylan there. I think Forzan's the only one still in the session at the moment. I'm gonna leave. I would like not. I don't want to go in the race director. That is not what I want. So, I'd just like to get some confirmation from the admin first.